Okay, so here we go. Okay, welcome to Professional Networking Now, where we work on building lasting relationships. And, I'm going to kind of go a little further on that as far as building lasting relationships. We come here and, if you come in 2, 3, 4 times and you still haven't gotten any business or something like that, that's really not what it's all about. It takes time for people to see you, get to know you, need your service, meet someone who needs your service. So I just kind of find that a lot of people will come for a little bit and then like never show up again. And networking just doesn't work that way. So you guys probably know because you always show. Richard is always here. And Mike has been here a couple of times. And Marcus, I don't think I've ever met you before. So hello. All right, let's move on.
Hey, can I make a comment on that if I could? So, my opinion is, one of the ways to kind of cement that relationship even more so than every Friday at 10 o'clock is doing kind of, connecting with people sort of on like a 15-minute one-on-one phone call type of thing, where you can be a little bit more personal and direct and that kind, and learn a little bit more, because I've been on a couple of these, but I got to be frank, and I still don't know the people in the group that well. So I think that's what I'd like to do this year, is kind of get to know people on a more individual basis sometime.
Yeah, at a more personal level. For sure. And that's really up to everyone else to, go ahead and reach out to people that are here. We're here, reach out, make that kind of thing. So absolutely. So just a little bit of etiquette. I did cut this down because we're only doing an hour, not an hour and a half anymore. So if you decide to step away, just turn off your camera because it can be just a little distracting. Keep yourself muted unless you're speaking, as Meg was saying. And a reminder that this meeting is being recorded. So if you don't want, things said that it's recorded, just kind of don't say anything that you don't want out there for the most part. Although it's the internet and everything gets out there. You're going to get to introduce yourself. You get a 60-second introduction of what you do. Remember to say what a good referral would be for you. And also enter your information in the chat. That always helps, so we can save our chats and find out who was there. So we can get together and make those, 15-minute little phone calls to each other or little meetings to each other. Next, we are going to have a speaker today, and it's going to be Mike. How do you say your last name, Mike?
McGurl.
Okay, Mike McGurl of Aflac. And Aflac was always interesting to me, as I gave you, for instance, of a friend of mine who had this years ago, and it worked out so well for her. So we're going to hear from Mike about Aflac and how Aflac supports you and your family. And then we will have our weekly announcements at that time. After Mike, we'll have anybody who's got anything going on, whether it be an event or they know of an event or something going on in their lives that they would like to announce. That's when you're going to get that chance to have your announcements. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and figure out how to get out of this. Now, remember, yes, here we go. And we're going to on-share. I can figure out that. Stop sharing. Okay, good deal. All right, so we're going to go into introductions, and I'm going to start right after me, and that would be Mike. So go ahead, give yourself a little introduction since you're going to be the speaker anyway, but certainly tell us a little bit about you. You're a little 66.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody. So yeah, the name is Mike McGurl. It's a German spelling, but I have some Irish in me too. So I live in Poughkeepsie, Dutchess County, been here for a while, and I am a kind of a regional manager with Aflac. I do business all over the Northeast in multiple states, and I do all aspects of life insurance, Aflac supplemental, cancer, disability, and most of my week or month is spent meeting with small business owners, a small plumbing company, a small accounting firm. Those are the types of people I'm running into most every day. And you'll hear more, I guess, a little bit later in my presentation. And, so again, good referrals are, kind of a small business owner in the area. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mike. Moving right down to Marcus. Go ahead, Marcus, unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Yes, I'm Dr. Marcus Abreu. I am actually a relationship coach here in Newburgh, although I do some things virtually. I have clients all the way in Colorado. We do, one of the biggest things that we're doing right now is our 7 principles to make a marriage work workshop. It's an 8-week virtual workshop that you can do from your living room. You don't share any personal issues. So it's all private, and it is an incredible class. I've had some incredible results with it. It's a research class. So, and that's basically who I am.
Wonderful. And what would a good referral be for you?
Anybody that is talking to you and they're expressing that they're frustrated in their relationship, you can say, hey, have you ever tried a coach? And if they say no, you can say, I know a doctor that can, that either has, and send them to my site, and they can press on there and learn more, and it will take them right to the page where they can sign up for the our weekly introduction.
Okay, great. So it's a virtual class for the most part.
Yes.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Marcus. Really appreciate it. Okay, Richard, you're up.
Okay, good morning. Richard Lapino, President and CEO of Infinia Development. We help businesses with their online presence. And one of the parts we help them with is ADA compliance. In 2018, the Department of Justice officially affirmed that all websites are considered public accommodations, and therefore they must comply with Title III of the ADA. And we can help you do that. We can help get your website ADA compliant. And also, it just helps you from getting sued. I mean, that's really a part of it, because there are people out there who will look at websites who are not ADA compliant, and they will go after them. So we will help you with that. We actually have a little thing you can print out and say, oh, nope, here I am. Here's my compliance. And they leave you alone at that point. Good referrals for me are always marketing agencies, because they kind of do the whole front end of it all. There's the strategic stuff, and I actually build everything. And of course, any small business that needs to get compliant.
Whoa, ADA compliance. Yeah, we're going to need to talk about that a little bit more. I know what
Yeah,
that's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Gee, Richard, you're just like
I have a ton of
information, little things that come out and you go, wait, what?
That's what I'm here for.
We're going to revisit that in a little bit. All right, Megan, you're next.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Megan Romero. I am the owner and founder of Phoenix Variable, which is a bookkeeping and financial consulting business. I also am life insurance and hopefully soon securities licensed with Primerica to provide life insurance and hopefully soon securities. And if that's not busy enough, especially during tax season, I also have a website called megsmerch.com where I'm selling jewelry, and I hope to soon have a whole bunch of other things in there, like apparel and purses and all different kinds of things. So Valentine's Day is coming up, guys. Ladies in your life might like some jewelry, so head over to Meg's Merch.
Not over, that's for sure.
And Joanne and I started PNN together. So, and back, we were just talking about this while you were gone, that we started back in April. We're coming up on almost a year.
Oh, almost a year. And we still managed to get a couple people. That's good.
Yeah.
I just want to say, guys, if you know people who are looking to network or something, bring them on in. It's an hour. It's only an hour now. It used to be an hour and a half. Only an hour and a half now, on Friday morning.
Structured hour. Then it's afterwards if you want to hang out and talk.
Oh, you can hang out afterwards, but we're just getting the other stuff done. Boom. So that people can go if they need to.
I just like I like the idea of reducing it to an hour. I thought that's good.
Yeah. We're like a work in progress, this whole thing. It's like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So yeah, we're just absolutely. So, all right. I'm sorry, Meg, I cut you off. Are you?
Oh, God, I'm good.
I'm good. Okay.
I'm getting better with condensing.
Okay, good. 60 seconds. Hi, my name is Joanne Zagari. I am a co-creator with Megan for our professional networking now. I'm also working on my 7 streams of income. Right now, I have 3. One is I work with David, Alan, Michael, which is for business loans. So when your bank says no, we say yes kind of thing. They've also just started a line of credit where a lot of times if you can't get approved for the loan, you get approved for the line of credit, and that could be from $5,000 to $100,000. So all businesses for that. Also, I have credit repair, so Blue Dove Credit Repair, where, if you need to work on that credit, not sure what to do, you got to send letters, you got to be persistent, you got a lot of stuff going on, but if you're super busy and you really need help doing this, I'm here, it's affordable, and it's something that I definitely enjoy doing. And also I have a little boutique, and that is like jewelry and clothing and bags and all sorts of things that I'm just pulling into it. And so there we have, those are my 3 streams of income right there. And the good referral is anybody in small business or a large business who needs a loan, anybody who needs help with their credit, trying to get their credit score up, that's me. And if you're looking for anything as far as gifts or for yourself or something like that, it's my little boutique. And that's what I am. So that is Sassy Bling and Things. Remember, stay sassy. Next. Okay. So it seems like it's only us here. I was waiting for Brenda. I don't know where Susan is or anything, but we gentlemen who are here sporadically or first time, we usually have a few more people. But in any case, they're going to miss out because we are going to have Mike now kind of step up to the microphone. And you want to share your screen? If you have anything you want to show us.
Yeah, I do. Give me a second.
Actually, I just kind of wanted to add, that's because the guys are trying to take over now. We're finally outnumbering you.
I know, isn't that something? I thought about the first Meg, it's just you and me and the guys. What is this?
Definitely throwing off the normal curve of just Richard and a whole bunch of
Richard
women.
and a whole bunch of ladies usually.
And every now and then, Mike. Every now and again, Mike.
All right. Can you guys see my screen yet?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's good. We're getting somewhere.
Okay.
Be careful what you open there, Mike. We can see everything.
Yeah. Okay, so I put together a little something. Let me hit. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to hit there. Bear with me. Da da da. Screen. How come I can't find show?
What are you looking for?
Oh, the slideshow?
Yeah.
Where's the slideshow up there in the top?
No.
Up, file, home, insert, draw. And
Oh,
slide.
file.
Go back in. Up on the very top, underneath the orange bar, it says slideshow next to animation.
See, the problem is I'm a little bit blind. There, a screenshot, picture.
No. Up, go up above that. And you see there below that orange bar, it
Right
says
there. Right under March, where it says BNI presentation March, right underneath there on the way on the top, it says slideshow.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Over.
go up a little bit now.
It's not a big button. It's the button up top.
It's a menu. It's a menu bar.
I don't see it.
Up a little bit, up a touch.
Right
There
next
is
to
a
record
shortcut, guys.
animation.
Yeah, how about that little thing at the bottom there?
Yeah, guys, at the very bottom, this is even easier. If you go to the very, very bottom of your screen,
Okay.
there's,
Looks like a movie screen.
it
It
looks
looks
like
like,
one of those projector screens
Oh, I see it next to the
next to the
Zoom.
little slide bar all the way on your right-hand side.
Okay.
On the actual screen, not on the bottom of your computer. No,
Yeah.
just
in-
above there. See where it says mostly sunny? Go right above there. It says notes.
Well, no, I do not see. Sorry. You are screen.
There you go. Oh, you went right past it. See, you're hovering over animations. Go one more over. No, the other way. The other way.
Right, to your right.
Slideshow, right
There you
there. And start from beginning, or start from Clarence. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. You're welcome.
Wow.
there's also
Thanks
a-
for,
There's
thanks for
a
the
shortcut at the bottom of the screen, that same little icon. at
Yeah,
the
there's a couple of different ways to do it. That's just the way I know.
So
Yeah.
thank you for the support, everybody. So anyway, So I've been doing Aflac for about 10 years. And I'm going to, only Richard, nobody really knows me in this group. So that's kind of fun. Richard knows me a little bit. So let me spend 30 seconds on who Mike McGurl is, right? So these are my 3 lovely kids. And my wife we've been married since 98. She didn't get into the photo. I had kind of 2 things about me that kind of maybe stick out. Number 1, I'm an avid cyclist. So that's my favorite thing to do other than hanging out with my kids. In 1992, I rode my bike across the country, which was still to this day one of the more fun things that I've done. And another thing that's sort of notable about me, non-Aflac wise, is before I got into this industry, I was an environmental consultant. So for 25 years, I would clean up chemical and oil spills from other companies. So that's a little bit about my background. I've been in Dutchess County since 2001. And I do business all over, but mostly New York and the Northeast states. So if anybody has referrals in North Carolina and Florida, I can do that. But most of the time I spend my time in the Northeast. Feel free to shout out questions that you guys have. I'm pretty easygoing on these presentations. I'll take whatever thoughts or ideas or questions you have as I go through it. And I'm going to ask Richard to keep an eye on his clock for me. Can you do that, Richard?
Yeah, I got that.
Just so that I don't, drone on too long, right? Okay. So, a lot of people have heard about Aflac. It's a Fortune 500 company, and they've heard about the duck, and that's kind of about it. So we're going to kind of do quickly, what's the starting point here in our society? So the first thing is Aflac is not health insurance, right? And important to know and understand, I think we got this, is health insurance doesn't cover all of our expenses, right? We all know that. We complain about it. Some people have very poor health insurance. Some people have good health insurance, but regardless, it's not going to cover everything. And that's essentially where we come in, right? So not to mention, right, we have a big chunk of the population, as you know, that has 0 health insurance. These are adults. Some of these adults have kids and jobs, but they have 0 health insurance, right? And we have some options to help that group of people too. But essentially, our job is to cover things that health insurance does not pick up, okay? So again, for the people who do have health insurance, we're moving in a direction of having more high deductible plans. The cost of health insurance is expensive. People can't afford gold, platinum plans that cover a lot. People are choosing lower expensive plans, and they come with high deductibles, which means greater out-of-pocket spends. And that is where Aflac again continues to come in. So you kind of see a kind of role for us in the market supporting people. So one of the key things some people may or may not know is we don't coordinate with your health insurance, right? So when we pay a claim, we don't ask, Richard, can I see how much your MVP health insurance paid out? Or how much did Fidelis pay out? We don't really care. So we're never going to coordinate with your dental, your health, any of that type of coverage. We're kind of standalone supplemental, okay? So let me take a quick 5-second break. Does that make sense as a beginning point? Does anybody have any questions before I continue to go on?
I'm good.
Good. All right.
I'm good.
Excellent.
Makes sense.
Pretty simple stuff, right? I mean, this is not rocket science. Rocket science is for a different day. So I offer Aflac to individuals direct or to employees of small businesses. Number 1 is what I mostly do, right? Employees of small businesses. And Aflac is then paid for through a small payroll deduction. That's essentially 90 to 95% of my business, but it's also available to individuals. Now, a lot of my business is small businesses, which may have 1 employee, 2 employees, or 0 employees, right? So it might be a husband and wife type of business. But obviously, for me to make some money, I'm looking to meet with bigger companies that have number of employees. So that's kind of what I do. And I will say that, you know, a great referral for me is a small business that offers no benefits, right? So if you could picture a 10-person plumbing company as an example, right? He's got employees, he's got an office manager, he's got trucks, and he's got staff, but he doesn't really offer anything. No health insurance, no 401k. These are probably my best type of referrals because that business owner needs to compete with other businesses to keep his employees, and bringing in Aflac is a great opportunity. The key thing is there's no cost to the business to make Aflac available to the staff. There's no fees, there's no cost. And that's the reason why we're an easy opportunity for the business owner. So different from health insurance, we always pay the person cash when there's a claim, right? We don't pay your doctor, we don't pay your ER, we don't pay your hospital. You're getting money from Aflac and you can do whatever you choose with that money. You're not taxed on it. You don't have to declare it as income at the end of the year. And obviously, this is the big reason why people like Aflac. People like Aflac is when something hits the fan, they're getting money and nobody's telling them how to spend it. Nobody's telling them what to do with it. It's just simply their money to use however they choose. Okay, so back to Aflac 101. The premiums for Aflac are locked in for life, which means they do not increase, right? I mean, do you ever hear that? The answer is no. Cars, wood, gasoline, everything goes up. Health insurance goes up. The Aflac rates will never go up as long as you hold on to your policy. Yep. And it's independent of how many claims you have. So our policies are portable, which means if Richard's an employee of a business and he has policy, if he leaves that business for whatever reason, he takes his coverage with him, which is really not the case for most health insurance, correct? Right? So, and then his price stays the same. Now, he doesn't have to take it with him, but he's allowed to. Claims are easy to file, and both the business and the employee get a pre-tax benefit from having the pre-tax deduction via payroll. All right, so that's a benefit to the business. Okay, I already said this. So there's no cost to the business to offer Aflac, and I have a big however down there. So what's the however? So the however is the trend that I've seen over the last couple of years is if you use the example that I used a moment ago, which is that small 10-person plumbing company, he offers no benefits. Businesses in that category are beginning to put in place Aflac on behalf of their employees, and the business owner is paying for it, right? So the business owner needs to do something to recruit and maintain his work staff. So if he's not doing anything, a lot of business owners, instead of just making it available to the staff, they're saying to the staff, listen, you guys are doing a great job. I've decided to put in place XYZ for you guys at my expense. And of course, the employees are thrilled with that. So again, no cost to the business, but we are seeing business owners voluntarily saying, I would like to put this in place or that in place, and I'm happy to pay for it. So, and again, a lot of small businesses are reluctant to get into the health insurance business. Obviously, if you're a bigger business, you may have to for various reasons, but small business owners, you know, they feel like it's a problem, it's a large cost, and they try to avoid it unless they have to. So small business owners, Aflac can be a great option for them. So these are policies that we offer, right? So there's no umbrella policy that covers everything. So what I have here with those bullet items are individual coverage that an employee can participate in. I'm going to spend a couple minutes on short-term disability and cancer. I got some examples. You can kind of see how it benefits people, but we do offer dental, vision, life, hospital, accident, critical illness, etc. So these are various coverage, and an employee can choose none of them, one of them, all of them, etc. The other thing I'll say is that people can have their spouse or children participate as well, right? So if an employee takes the dental policy, he can have dental for his kids as well. So, you know, what makes an employee say to me, I'm really interested in that, right? I'd like to sign up. I'd like to hear more about it. Let's talk about it. I want to hear more. And these are various pain points that I hear in the market, right? So a person who has no health insurance, right? They have zero coverage and we can do something with them. High deductible plan, they're hemorrhaging money every time they have a medical issue. Somebody who has a chronic health condition could use some extra coverage. Somebody who's going in and out of the doctor often, right? Somebody that works in a high risk profession, right? They work in a crane, they're construction, they're HVAC. These people are at a little bit more risk than Richard and I and everybody else on this call of getting hurt and having to miss work. A lot of dental bills. There's a lot of people who are spending a lot of money going to the dentist. Some people feel like critical illness, heart conditions, and cancer runs in their family. They would like some additional coverage. There are certain people that are planning for a hip replacement, right? And we can help that person. And then lastly, a couple who is thinking of starting a family, having children, going out on a maternity, disability is a great option to help, you know, that family while that young lady's not working and she's taking care of her children. So those are some pain points that I see and run into on a daily basis. And really, those are things that you can look out for. If you're looking for a referral from Mike McGurl, those pain points might be a little bit helpful. Okay, so I'm going to
You're
go
at
to
10-minute mark in case you're wondering.
10-minute left.
You're at the 10-minute mark.
Okay, so I got 5 minutes left. Okay, so
We get 15 minutes and some.
yeah,
and
we're gonna try to keep it. So short-term disability is defined as you're either sick or hurt, you're not earning a paycheck, right? And you don't have any money coming in to pay your bills, right? So our short-term disability can cover you for either a 6, 12, or 20-month period, 24-month period. And I'm going to give you an example. This is a local Dutchess County policyholder of mine, and he's been out with COVID since December, right? In a couple of years ago in 2020, we put in place coverage for him at $4,600 a month because he's at a high risk occupation. He didn't know, this is well before COVID, I might say. So he's still out of work as we speak at the time of this meeting. To date, he's received $6,900. He's the only breadwinner in the family. He's likely to be out for a little bit longer. He's probably going to get another 46. And he's also has hospital coverage with me, and he's been in and out of the hospital with COVID. So all told, this fellow has received in the ballpark of greater than 10 grand. And that's money to him. He's not taxed on it, and he's currently using it to pay his bills, right? So that is one example where Aflac has really supported his family in a pretty large way, okay? He really put it in place because he thought he might get hurt at work, but he actually got sick because of COVID. All right. So that's short-term disability. So cancer. We know cancer is horrible, right? And we hope we don't get it. And the thing about cancer related to Aflac is we know that cancer can hit a family financially as well as emotionally. The breadwinner who has cancer and goes through treatment may not be working. You may know some of those types of people. They could be in your family. I will say my sister lives in Austin, Texas. She's battling cancer as we speak, and she hasn't worked in about 4 years, right? So her full-time job is going through cancer treatment. That's my sister. She's a year older than I. So I see that firsthand, you know, what cancer could do to somebody. So a big chunk of patients need financial support. Where do they turn? GoFundMe, family. This is an example of my sister not earning an income. cancer policy is available to employees of a business or direct to an individual. Okay. You have to be eligible, right? So you have to be cancer-free. And if you've had cancer in the past, you have to be either 5 or 10 years cancer-free, depending on how you're going to pay for the policy, direct or so forth. Let's see here. Oh, sorry about that. All right. So enrollment eligibility, you have to be 75 or under. Kids, your kids, our kids, my kids are covered for free if the parent has coverage. All right. So not a big worry for us parents, but it's something that AFLAC does. We hope nobody has cancer, but if you don't have it, we pay the person $75 once a year for their annual cancer screening. And what I would say is that women are pretty good about going for that cancer screening and mammogram, and us men like Marcus, Richard, and I typically are not. And that's what I see every day. If somebody is diagnosed, AFLAC automatically pays them $4,000, and that $4,000 goes up $500 annually, depending on how many years they've had their coverage. So I'm going to go into a couple of the benefits right now, and I'm going to do it quickly because I only have a couple minutes, and I do have an example that kind of hits home that I want to share with you. The cancer policy has a rider to cover heart attack, stroke, or organ failure. So this is essentially a cancer coverage policy that takes care of critical illness. That's a pretty powerful policy, believe me. Okay, so these are some of the individual benefits that it offers. So as an example, if I'm going through treatment and my doctor says, Mike, you got to do injected chemotherapy, I'm getting $600 a day every time I go in for that treatment. And for oral chemo, I'm getting $250, and et cetera, et cetera. So this is essentially how the money is paid to the person. It's a function of the treatment that you go through, okay? And there's also benefits for stem cell, bone marrow, blood and plasma, surgery, hospital, skin cancer, et cetera. Home health care, hospice, reconstructive surgery, you name it, right? So whatever type of treatment you're going to have to go through, there's some level of payment from AFLAC towards you for that. These are a last couple benefits, including lodging, right? So if I have to go down to Sloan Kettering, I'm in Hudson Valley and I got to go down to the city, I got tolls, I got travel, I got gas, I got food, I got hotels. That stuff is covered by these AFLAC benefits. All right, so this is an example of one of my customers in Kingston, right? The wife runs a daycare center and the husband is an EMT, right? True story. He was identified in 2020 with prostate cancer. He hasn't worked since. He's had a couple cancer surgeries and his business denied him disability. He has cancer coverage through me, and to date, he's received in the ballpark of $25,000. There's no ceiling on how much he would get. If he's done treatment, he won't get any more, but if he has further treatment, he will get more money from AFLAC. I can tell you distinctly that this money's made a big impact on this family because they're not wealthy. They live in an apartment, they don't own their home, they have a number of children. So real quickly, second example, also Dutchess County, the wife of a local business owner, he's fairly prominent. She's been battling cancer for years. To date, going through cancer treatment has received over $70,000, which it sounds good, but that young lady, that woman has gone through hell through treatment for a number of years. This person is now on medication to prevent cancer from coming back. AFLAC is also paying these claims, and that 70 grand has now gone up to 90 grand, excuse me. So the 70 grand was for the treatment, and she's been receiving $750 a month from AFLAC for this medication called tamoxifen, which is hormonal therapy to prevent AFLAC from reoccurring. So pushing 100 grand to this family has made a big impact for them. And I mean, obviously those are not small numbers, right? So you can see how a couple dollars a week out of your paycheck for something that you hope doesn't happen. If it does happen, you know, those are big numbers that can help you and your family financially as you go through that. So that's it in a nutshell. Who's got any questions or commentary?
So an individual can get this insurance as well, correct?
That is 100% correct.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, this is interesting. Now the rates, I mean, I know they're different probably for everyone, but you know, just how high are the rates or low?
So through a payroll, the rates are, there's two different levels, right? There's a higher level and a lower level. The lower level is about $5 a week. The higher level is about $7 a week.
If I can interject, it's not expensive, Joanne. I've been on Aflac, and unfortunately I didn't book it through Mike. But when I had my own business years ago, I brought Aflac in, and I had, you know, and offered it to all my employees, which I had 4 or 5 at the time. And we wound up just, you know, whoever opted in, it just came out of their paycheck, and it was very relatively done very easily. And I have to say, just having the additional coverage really gives me a lot of peace of mind. Being a sole, you know, right now I'm a sole entrepreneur, so these benefits that Aflac is providing me with are something that I'm not going to get coverage through a regular insurance policy. I would recommend to everybody who is not using Aflac to actually have a sit down with Mike and let him go over it with you one-on-one,
Okay.
and really explain what the benefits of having Aflac are. So that's just my opinion. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the plug. And I do think it's, for a small business, it's very simple to implement. It's super easy. But I think the other important thing too is, you know, we were all young and overly healthy at one point. When I was in my 20s, the last thing I thought I would need is Aflac or cancer insurance. I'm not in my 20s anymore. And as we all know, things start to happen and it comes in handy. So, so yeah, I'd be thrilled to have 15 minutes on the phone with anybody, and I could go over, you know, what type of cost or coverage or options or whatever. And but yeah, so this is what I do every day. And you know, like referrals for me, the best referral for me, like I said at the beginning, is, you know, I can't see too well. Was that Brenda speaking a moment ago?
Yes, that's Brenda.
Yeah. So like, you know, Brenda ran a business where she had employees. So if anybody knows a small business locally in the Northeast states or New York, and maybe it's a friend or a brother or a neighbor, and maybe they have 2, 3, or 10 employees, that's a terrific introduction. Hey, here's my friend Mike's card. You know, can I have him call you? Whatever. And you know, it goes pretty well. Business owners are right now, as you can imagine, really looking to do things like a restaurant. How do I keep my wait staff? An IT company. How do I keep my people from jumping ship, right? They're doing everything they can. They're raising prices. They're allowing to work from home. We heavily fall into that category of things that a business owner can do. It's just another added thing to help them feel like they're part of the team of that business. So I see a lot of business owners. I'll give you an example. Today, I'm meeting with at 3:30, I have an in-person presentation with a glass company, right? So he wants to bring us in to meet his staff. And before that, I have a phone meeting with somebody that runs a transportation company, right? So the employees are drivers. So, but we also work with lawyers, dental offices, you know, accounting firms. There really isn't anybody that, you know, I mean, the people that probably shouldn't really even talk to me is if you're extremely wealthy and deductibles and copays and out-of-pocket expenses don't even affect you, right? If you're that wealthy. But for the most part, everybody that's not in the category, I'm not saying everybody's going to sign up, but you know, there could be some kind of value there. So Anyway, so I tried to keep, I'm really big on keeping to time. So if my 15 minutes are up, I do want to thank Megan for allowing me to do this and for doing a little promotional thing online. That was great, Megan. I was,
Yeah,
uh,
I try
there-
and do that every week for everybody, just like this is what we're talking about, to try and get people to come in and
yeah,
engage.
it
I
either gets them,
definitely think that you and I should have a conversation, because I have a couple clients that would probably be really good referrals for you. Plus, I also want to hear about this pet insurance, because I was just thinking the other day, I need pet insurance because these little boogers, if they get
Yeah.
going to this, get anything done, it's gonna bankrupt me.
yeah, pet insurance is, people are spending a lot of money on their pets, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so pet insurance is a thing. So we can talk about that a little bit. I will say the thing about the pet insurance is, if you have a pet that's a little bit on the older side, I'm not sure if it's the right solution, but if you have a pet that's a little bit on the younger or a puppy, the pricing seems to be okay. That's sort of my 2 cents for people. I don't want to get people excited. If you have a 12-year-old dog that has all kinds of ailments, pet insurance is probably not going to be what you're looking for, but
I got two little young ones, so
yeah,
still think that they're kittens somehow, but they're not.
yeah. So anyway, so I'm all done yapping. Thank you. And do I need to do anything to unshare?
I think you just click on share and then you're
Not just unshare. Thank you so very much, Mike. And I definitely want to talk to you as well.
Yep. All right,
Well-
where's unshare? Pause sharing, new share.
should be
Should
like
be at the top
a,
of your screen.
yeah.
Stop. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
There you go.
Okay, good.
Yo, all right, that was really, really good. And I really like Aflac because I know somebody, like I said, years ago who got this, like back in the 90s, and it really worked out for her. She's so happy that she had Aflac in her corner. So that's awesome. So, all right, so pretty much that's what we have. So anybody have any announcements to make?
Announcements.
Anything promotional, any events?
Know of something
Yeah,
going on
well,
there?
okay, I do. Okay, if anybody's interested in travel, I work with a lot of different properties. And this one property that I'm working with, right, that I carry in my supply is a 5-star plus, and they have these outrageous, ridiculous prices till the end of February. You book by the end of February and you can plan out until the end of December. But I quoted somebody the other day, a room at this place, 4 days, 3 nights was only $1,300. That's all inclusive, 5-star plus, all your food, all your liquor, golf course, beachfront, pools. I mean, this
Wow.
property is absolutely gorgeous beyond mean. So if anybody's looking to like plan something now that all the restrictions are starting to go away and everybody's lightening up on things, if anybody know of anybody, a bride, a honeymoon couple that are looking, this property is, I mean, really, I've been there. It's phenomenal. It's brand new. It's not a party place though. So if that's what you're looking for is a party atmosphere, this is a relaxing, environment where you can just chill and, regroup.
Where is it again?
It's in Mexico. It's in Playa Mujeres. It's about
Okay.
40 minutes north of Cancun. It's in a gated complex. So, security is definitely great. But the rooms are phenomenal. I've been promoting it through my email and getting a lot of nice feedback from it. But anyway, if anybody is interested, but for me, it's a great place for couples. There is a family section, where you can have children in that family section. They do have things for children. But what I'm promoting is the adult section only. And they have Michelin chefs there. The food is all included, except for one of the restaurants is an additional cost, but they have 12 restaurants on this property. So you can pick and choose from, and lots of bars and swim ups, and it's just a really relaxing place. It's beautiful. So if anybody's interested, or if anybody knows of somebody that has an anniversary or a honeymoon or, wedding, destination wedding that they're interested in doing, this is really a fabulous property. So it's a great special. Honestly, I think, with everything happening, everybody started canceling in January, that availability, had lightened up and they were just trying to book. So they put this incentive in, and I stumbled on it the other day when I was doing some research. And I'm going to book myself just because the prices are phenomenal. I don't want to give it up. You know what I mean? I'm not going to see prices like this again because they are a 5-star plus. But if anybody's interested, just
That's
shout out.
awesome. You gotta
Yeah.
spread that around.
Oh, yeah. I've been telling all my, anyway, I've been emailing all my clients, everybody's done, everybody's done. I think everybody wants to start moving around. Unfortunately, we have to figure out the airlines, but, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Great. Anybody else?
Yeah, and I probably should have mentioned this when I was talking about it. If you know people who have websites and need to get ADA compliance, I could give them a 14-day free trial.
Oh, good.
Nice.
That's good to know.
For myself, actually, we have an event every week on Sunday that is basically the proven science and myths about relationships and making your marriage work. It's based on the science from John Gottman that has been done for over the past 40 years. The time changes, but this Sunday it's at 11. And they can sign up at drmrelationship.com.
Awesome.
Can you put that in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Brenda's like, put that in the chat.
Sounds
Yeah,
great.
definitely the best thing for everybody to do, best thing for everybody to do is to make sure that your information gets in the chat. And then before you leave, there's the little horizontal 3 dots. You can click that and then save chat, and it'll save to a TXT file on your computer so that you can reference it and be able to grab onto everybody's information to reach out if you see anything that you're interested in. But I know with everything going on, Joanne had to step away for a minute, but if you guys friend her on Facebook, especially guys, like we were just talking about how Valentine's Day is coming up. Now is a good time. Joanne has been going on lives recently, the last couple nights, and slashing her prices on things because she's trying to get some new merchandise in. So definitely checking out her lives. She's so much fun on her lives. She just spontaneously breaks into song, and she's just silly, but she's got some really beautiful jewelry available. We work together sometimes on that stuff, so I can attest to her beautiful jewelry. So that's something to check out, and she'd be able to ship it to you guys and hopefully get it to you guys before Valentine's Day. What is today? The 11th. Yeah, probably. Never know, maybe, hopefully. Or like, it's in the mail, honey. But so that's always a good one. But so I guess we're coming up on 5 minutes. There you go. I was just boasting about your lives. That
Were you? Thank you.
gotta go and check out your lives because jewelry's
Very
at a really
funny.
good price.
We hear very funny.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah. Well,
Break into song spontaneously.
Oh,
I write songs for people like, Mike has got the best Aflac insurance, and even though it's not insurance, yeah, I just wrote that. I just wrote just like that.
She really should have been a jingle writer, but
Oh my God.
it's like
I didn't realize.
it sounds like back in the pandemic day when everybody was doing 5 o'clock cocktail webinars and
Yeah.
getting
at
a
2
little
o'clock.
bit loose.
At 2:00, yes.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, I put a poll, well, what I could do of a poll on the PNN Facebook group. It's just a post saying, hey, would you guys be interested in a meeting either at a nighttime meeting or a weekend meeting, as well as this? Because I'm getting a lot of people who say like, I really want to come, but it's
Yeah.
Friday morning. So, people having meetings, and we've seen a drop off of people attending here, probably because they have other appointments. Hey, maybe that's a good testament to us that they were coming pretty regularly here, and now they're so busy they can't make it.
Maybe once a month after 5 social event, and
There you
that
go.
might be a good way to get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like a business after hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably jump, I would probably give that a go.
That's
Like
not-
around, like a 7 o'clock thing, you mean like that?
Well, like maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, people
Like
get together,
36, okay.
yeah.
get together. We'd have to Zoom you in, but, so we'd have to have a big TV with Joanne there, and she'd have to bring.
Well,
her own
I
cocktails.
wasn't thinking in person either, because we have so many people
Oh.
so spread out.
I
Yeah.
Even those of us here in the Hudson Valley, we're pretty spread out. So
Well, yeah, you could do a Zoom event where everybody just brings their own cocktail with them. That's fine too.
yeah, bring our-
We'll have a cocktail hour Zoom.
Wine.
That sounds good.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't
you know
do
what?
it on a Friday. I wouldn't do it on a Friday though. I would do it like a
Like maybe
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday. No,
Tuesday
Tuesday.
through Thursday night or something like that. I would.
There you
Even a
go.
Monday night is okay too.
Yeah, so check out that post and like maybe put that in there, and what I'm trying to get people to read the comments, and if one that fits you or more than one that fits you of your opinion, go ahead and like give it a like on the ones that
Yeah.
you like, and then we'll kind of see how that goes. I'd love to expand this and reach more people and get to know each other a little bit better. So we are just at 11 o'clock, pretty much, like a couple seconds. But so if anybody,
Thank you for coming.
Right,
Right?
guys,
Thank you
yeah.
for coming. We hope we see you again next week at the same time. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Hey,
There
good
we
to see you, Marcus.
Yes, good to see you.
Yes,
I'll
good
talk
to
to you
see you.
next Wednesday, and it was nice. It was very nice. This is very nice. I was glad I came, and I'll see you next week.
Also, Marcus, if you're interested, if you want to give like a little presentation like Mike did, that would be probably very, very interesting.
Okay.
yeah,
If I could just make a recommendation on that, all the people that you have coming, you should just put them in. Just set up a rotation so that everybody gets to do something. And then the people that are assigned our presentation, to do a spotlight, they'll show up. And if they can't show up, then, they have it's their responsibility to find somebody to replace them on that day.
Like a speaker rotation.
Yeah, just do a speaker rotation, and every week everybody gets to do a little.
I kind of like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
that would
And
be
Brenda,
nice.
we haven't heard from Brenda in a while. I'd like Brenda to do another one as well.
And Joanne, what I'll do is I'll friend you on Facebook.
All right.
Yes.
Bye, honey. Take care.
Have a
Joanne,
good
love
one.
the love the
Bye.
haircut,
Probably still
Joanne.
be here.
Love the haircut. I love the haircut. I got it right. Yeah, just
Yeah.
just put people on a speaker rotation, because